Welcome to Stepdad Success, turning the tide on the way stepdads are seen and show up in the world. We're a new breed of leaders raising leaders. Blood or no blood, we raise them as our own. We're connected, loving, and committed to leading them into the future. If you asked a normal dad, he'd say we're doing the impossible. He'd say, but they're not yours. How do you do it? Yet every day, stepdads around the world are forging the way. That's what we call Stepdad Success. We're leaders raising leaders. And these are our stories. Good morning, stepdads. This is James Klobassa for Stepdad Success. Today, I wanted to talk about mastery. And mastery is something that, a lot of us don't chase. Now, we learn a lot of things. We read a lot of books. I've got a whole bookcase right here in front of me, and I know that I've read every single book on that shelf, bar probably 5 or 6, and there's probably 200 books on there. And, that's great to, kind of take that knowledge in, but mastering it takes us to a whole nother level. And just reading a book doesn't give us mastery. The same as, playing a game of soccer once as a kid doesn't allow mastery. Mastery, for me, and for other people living the Warrior's Way, is really about teaching other people. When you are able to teach other people what you've learned, that's when you become a master at the content. It's very easy for us to, consume loads of content and simply pass it on. You'll ask a person, what was the last book you read? And they'll rattle off the title of the book. They'll be very proud of it. They probably posted a photo on Instagram or Facebook, professing to be somehow better because they've read the book. Ask them a second question. Ask them to summarize it for you and see how they go. I can almost bet you with 100% accuracy that they won't be able to give you a full summary of the book. They won't be able to explain it in 2 or 3 minutes to you so you understand it. But I tell you this, if the person does do that, you can be sure they've done more than just read the book. They've probably implemented some of the steps. They've probably journaled about it, made notes on it, created some sort of summary, and that's where mastery begins. Implementing and studying the actual knowledge that we're learning. Within Living the Warrior's Way, we don't read or actually even study, consume any content without actually mastering it. So we're not reading for the sake of turning pages, we're reading for the sake of gaining the insights. This is something I challenge you to teach your kids. Now, at school, they're taught to read books and maybe have to do an essay or an exercise on a book, or, they might be told to watch videos on YouTube, gain an understanding. But I challenge you to take it to that extra level with your kids and have them create summaries or maybe even just drawings for younger ones so that they understand what they're learning. They're not just going through the motions of consuming. Consuming leads to overload and overwhelm. It doesn't lead to implementation. Whereby if you're studying something for mastery and you're actually able to summarize it, you're able to openly discuss it, you know the ins and outs of that content and that topic, you're able to implement more easily and you're more likely to implement. And this is just a fantastic thing to teach your kids and really the people around you. Even at work, in our business aspect, this might be, and this can go across all areas, body, being, balance, business. You could be at the gym and learn a new stretching move or something and come home and forget what it is. But if you're at the gym and you actually ask the PT, why am I doing that gym? Why am I doing that stretch? What muscles is it affecting? How is it affecting my muscles? Why is it good for me? Why is it not good for me? Should I take it to the limit? How far do I have to go? If you actually study that, you'll get a much better understanding and actually be much more effective in doing that stretch yourself. And the same thing goes for business. You might read a book, you might read about sales, for example. A specific sales technique. And if you read the book once and go and try and implement it, you're not going to have very, very good success. But if you study the book, write a summary of it, understand it, study that again, maybe refine that summary, practice it, and then go and implement, you're going to have a fantastic success rate. It's through mastery that success is achieved. And we need to be aware of this. We need to use this as a tool for ourselves. So next time you're reading a book, don't just be turning the pages. Maybe you only need to read a paragraph to grab the insight and actually get what you need to know for the day. Summarize it, do the work on it, implement it. Don't just consume content, otherwise you'll end up overwhelmed. So, today's challenge, go into your journal and write down one thing across body, being, balance and business, one piece of content where you've just been consuming. As I said, it could be at the gym where you're being taught different moves and you don't fully understand them. It could be in business, in sales or marketing or systems. Might be with your partner. Might be with your children. Pass on these learnings today and then do the work for yourself and understand where you're letting yourself down in mastery. Thanks for listening. Would you like to learn more about how stepdads across the globe are joining forces in raising the next generation of leaders? Then head to www.stepdadsuccess.com and grab all the show notes plus a copy of the brand new tactical guide for creating more happiness, health, wealth and wisdom as a stepdad. And if you liked the podcast, please share it with other stepdads you know and leave us a review on iTunes. Again, that's www.stepdadsuccess.com for all the show notes and tactical guide. Come and join the new breed of stepdads, the growing group of leaders raising leaders.